2x2 once again. Now, will they play nice? Martin Truex Jr. on the inside, Kyle Busch on the outside. Morning.
Hey guys, I just asked Kyle Busch a moment ago, what do you want to do here? Do you want to do what we've done all day long, which is let each other in and play nice, as you said, Rick? Kyle said, I think we have to race for it right here. So, Jeff, you called it a moment ago. Time to go for the win in the Brickyard.
Yeah, Martin Truex Jr., see, he's on the bottom all of a sudden. So, there's no more playing. It's time to go. It is. If I'm Kyle Busch, I'm contesting this spot.
Who has the better restart? A drag race into turn one. Slides and does the 78. They both go up into the wall through turn one. Caution comes out.
Lock her down. We're done. Dude.
Fighting for the spot. The 18 got loose up high. The 78 was loose down low. 78 slid up and hit the 18. They both go around. Big flames underneath the hood of Martin Truex Jr.'s car. He jumps out of it. They have fire suppression systems under the hood, as well as in the driver's compartment and in the trunk, where the fuel cell is. So that fire suppression system working to put the fire out, but there were some big flames rolling out from underneath the hood. Martin Truex Jr. not happy at all.
Well, Rick, it all started, you heard Marty's report. For most of the day, they've been allowing each other. The lead car, the control car, has been taking the outside. The other car has been letting that leader in. Jeff, you said it was time to contest, time to race down into turn one side by side, and that is exactly what created this accident. Two drivers trying to win one of the marquee races of the year.
And once again, Kyle Busch dominating the race and not going to be in victory lane. So this trend of 2017 continues. Here you go. Kyle Busch on the outside. Just rolls up on the outside of 78. 78 gets loose, just like we saw Ricky Stenhouse Jr. a minute ago. Got loose getting in the corner. Could not hold the car on the bottom. Gets in the side of the 18. Ty Dillon, great job not running into the side of Kyle Busch. This is racing. This is side by side. I know it's 49 to go, but it's side by side racing for the win. You saw the wiggle.
Yep.
From Martin Truex Jr. He just could not hold the car on the bottom without being loose. Had to turn the car to the right or he would have spun out and got into the side of the 18. It's hard racing. It's track position racing. You have to be aggressive. You have to push on these restarts. This is the result when you push, but if you don't, you're not going to win these races.
The winless streak will continue for Kyle Busch. It now goes over a year.
Look at the rear of that car just fold up.
And we had just seen it on the previous restart, Rick. These two cars left the field by 1 second in one lap. They were hands down the two most dominant cars here today, both eliminated. I'm not sure I know who the favorite is now.
Is there
We've
a
been
new
talking
favorite?
about anyone else.
Well, who's going to step up and seize the opportunity? It's there. It's there for the taking.
Coach Gibbs. Joe Gibbs not happy at all.
Look at this fire. It's so scary. See the wind and net come down. Martin Truex Jr. right now, even though he's still moving, he sees that fire. He's unbuckling. He's getting ready to get out of that race car as soon as he can get it stopped.
And you never know exactly what it is, but with the hit on the right front, normally what happens, Rick, is something in suspension brakes and either hits a fuel line or an oil line. That looks like, as intense as that fire is, either fuel or oil underneath the hood. And then, as you mentioned, that suppression system is automatic under the hood.
And there
you
it goes
see it
there.
go off right there. Inside the car, the driver needs to set it off, but under the hood, it's automatic. Really, just like in your hotel room, right? If something goes on fire, it sprays the suppression, puts out the flames. But still, I mean, even with the fire being hot, it's got to be hard to breathe, Jeff, as a race car driver in that.
Yeah, it's very hard to breathe. You saw that long cord that was still hooked to Martin Truex Jr. That was a radio cord. It kind of will hold you into the car. You just got to jerk that thing and break it.
So the fluid that came out of the car, they're trying to keep that from spreading down the racetrack.
So now the conversation starts, right? Why are we racing? Now that conversation, because remember, you have Joe Gibbs racing that, helps the 78. They work together in some sorts. Why were we racing at each other that hard? Why were we doing that? We had the two fastest cars. Well, because the two fastest cars, they both want to win. And you cannot sit around and wait for the right time. You have to take that opportunity. You never know when the winning moment's going to come, Steve. And right now, on this restart with 48 to go, you've got to go try to take that lead.
Jeff, you're exactly right. Let's restart about how important it was that they wanted to get out front.
I think we need to race him. You on board with that, Adam? He's driving, man. Absolutely. All righty, 10-4.
That was the 18.
We'll do whatever. We'll take the bottom if we want to. Okie dokie. It was fine all day when it was the other way, I guess. Yep, copy that. Is that the plan for sure? Copy that.
It doesn't sound like Martin Truex Jr. wanted to go on with that plan. He felt that the plan previously had been working.
Well, it's the same story. Martin Truex Jr. feels like there have been multiple restarts where he did not contest the position. So you said it, Jeff. At some point, playing nice has to go out the window. From that radio, it seems that Kyle Busch's opinion of when that should happen and Martin Truex Jr.'s opinion of when that should happen were definitely different.
And it will always be different, right? And somebody's got to get to the point and say, look, it's time. And when this happens, now, like I said before we heard these radio broadcasts, that now you're going to start questioning it. Like, why were we doing that? But, you know, when you are a race car driver, you're a crew chief, and you say, okay, now it's time to push that button. Now it's time to try to make more happen. If it doesn't work out, it's easy to point the fingers at you. But that's what winners do. Winners step up at big moments. And by the way, winners can't be afraid to fail. Winners have to be willing to take that risk in order to seize a race.
You used the word winners twice there. One driver who...
Well, certainly not the way Kyle Busch wanted to end up his Brickyard 400. You had just said on the radio, and you had to deal with the 78 all day long, that it was time to race for it. Any other choice there, Kyle, with 48 to go?
I mean, you, I guess, could have continued to play the teammate game and tried to settle it on a green flag pit stop. But if he would be that much faster than me and yard me by 3 seconds in a run with the clean air, then I'd never have an opportunity to be able to pass him back, even if we had a stellar pit stop. So that's the way it goes. Just chalk it up as another one that we figure out how to lose these things by, and it's very, very frustrating. And I hate it for my guys. They build such fast Toyota Camrys, and this Skittles Camry was really good again today, and had one to go out there and put ourselves in the record books for 3 in a row, but not happening.
From your perspective, Martin just got loose underneath you, or what happened?
I would guess. I don't know. I just was on his outside and got hit, got blindsided into the fence, so I would imagine that's what it was.
You've got to start wondering, and you just mentioned a moment ago, what this team has to do to win races in 2017. Clearly, you had the best car today.
Yes.
All right, Kyle. With a good perspective, though, and there's the wreck, and obviously very disappointed. He certainly did have the fastest car today and was the car to beat here this afternoon, but out of it early, Rick, surprisingly.